Aaron.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron?
You done messed up, Aaron!
Aaron is here. It's not me who done messed up this time, guys. I promise. I'm joined by the one, the only, the lovely, relatable Reese. How's it going, Reese?
Where you been, brother? How's your life?
Where you been, bruh? Huh?
Don't be lying. Don't be making up
No,
stories.
I call you every day. You never return my phone
Don't
calls.
be starting rumors over here.
I'm like, Reese, can we do a video today? You're like, whatever. I don't have time for this shit.
That's a direct quote. Sure it is. I've missed you. It's good to see you. Hello, everybody.
Happy New Year. If you're watching us now, guys, and you're not yet subscribed to Relatable Reese, you can find her over at Relatable Reese. Okay, so we did this Scientology audit. We popped our Scientology audit cherry in downtown Clearwater last night, and people came out of the woodwork, and it turns out one of the people who got captured on our live stream was your mother-in-law or ex-mother-in-law, Brenda ARJES, who you and I have done, what, like 12 videos about?
That looks terrible in that background. Yeah, we've done.
I mean, for those of you watching, when Reese and I have done videos playing for you these recorded phone conversations, these audio recordings, those recordings have all been with Reese's mother-in-law or former mother-in-law, Brenda ARJES,
my closest friend in Scientology, my closest family member and friend.
Yes, and let's see, guys, if I can pull this up correctly. Is it going to let me do this? I think that it will. These are some of Reese's photos of Brenda. Well, here, first, let's jump forward to the actual photo.
Yeah, that's the actual photo from last night, guys. This is a year difference. Okay. This is very heartbreaking for me. This is sad.
Okay. So this is Brenda from last night's live stream. And here, let me actually play the clip of where she appeared. Here it is. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio. It doesn't really matter, to be honest.
No.
Can you hear the audio on that or no?
No, but she does talk to Lori.
Okay, yeah. There's no audio on this, but that's okay. There she is. Boom, caught in the wild.
There she is.
Caught in the wild.
So let's take a look at that and then take a look at the photos I sent you of Brenda, who's a very pretty lady.
I want to see if she's walking okay. I mean, she's walking slowly. Is that normal for her?
No, and she's very hunched over. Did you notice that, Aaron? She's very kind of hunched over. See, well, you kind of got right here. See how she's like bent over?
Yeah.
She has probably put on 60 to 80 pounds, and that's not any kind of a dig at anybody's weight. It's just, I know this person, she's basically like my mother. She looks terrible. Those are more recent pictures of me with Brenda. She's wearing gloves in that picture because the org forced her to. That was us going to the Scientology chiropractors, OT8 Chris Wharton.
And oops, what are we doing here?
That's Doug, guys. That's her husband, Doug, with Brenda. See how much healthier she looks? Like just how much more bright. And that's when she was just here with her family living with us in Kansas City versus her being forced to do what she's doing now. That was at Liz Carter's funeral.
I noticed in this photo, she does seem to have a hunched posture. Does she have just a posture issue in general?
Possibly. I mean, she's a larger lady as far as like she's 5'9", maybe. She's a lot taller than me. She's more broad in the shoulders. She kind of tends to maybe hunch over a little bit. But I'm trying to get you guys to see just that was at that funeral, that Scientology funeral. That's where the executive director dropped dead at Flag on the training program with Brenda.
Okay. So, but again, even still, compare that
to that.
Now, you mentioned that she kind of tends to be like someone who takes a very great deal of care about her appearance, is how it seemed like you were describing it.
Brenda is purely Ralph Lauren. She takes she's very polished. She takes a great deal of care about, yes, her clothing. She's very neat. She's very clean. She gets her hair done all the time. She loves makeup like I do. She's just she's a very polished lady. She's very classy. I really cried when I saw that this morning. She's wearing, now I want you to notice her apparel. She's in lower conditions apparel. Look at that. She's wearing a hoodie. Brenda is never going to wear a hoodie. That woman would never look like that. It broke my heart.
So she's wearing clothes because you know her, but I don't know her. She's wearing the kind of clothes that she'd only be wearing if she was doing some physical labor.
Of course. She would. Well, let's just think about this really fast, Aaron. She was on staff for what, 38 years. She was training to be the executive director on the flag training program.
Yeah.
All of this went down with me. Okay. Look how professional she's a very professional person. Her looks and appearance are important to her. Flag, first of all, is not going to let her go into flag looking like that unless she's doing something. She's not going to be allowed to go in there representing looking like that.
Right.
Look at her hair. It's like bright yellow bleached hair. Her skin. She's put on so much. I mean, look at the difference in the weight in her pictures. And guys, I'm very sensitive about my weight. Before anybody goes, you're fact shaming somebody. I'm the last person to do that. I understand being sensitive about your weight. The reason I bring up the weight is because when a person is depressed, stressed, probably not getting any sleep, probably cleaning toilets all day, look at her. I feel like crying. This makes me very sad. I can't believe that that's what she looks like in 1 year.
Wow. So we have wondered where she was because even your ex-husband, her son, has never been able to tell you where she actually is now or what she's doing or whether she's still on staff or whether she's off of staff or whether she's in Kansas City or whether she's in Clearwater. And it's just amazing that you spotted her on the live stream. Like, I never in a million years would have known her. And I've seen photos of her. I guess I thought I knew what she looked like, but now she doesn't even look like that anymore.
That doesn't look like her at all anymore. Doesn't look like that anymore. Brenda's a very pretty lady. She's in her 60s. She takes care of herself. She's a pretty lady. Look at that. Look at her. I'm heartbroken looking at that. That is not the person I know.
Can I ask you a question? When she does come back to town to Kansas City, does her son actually see her? Like, does he know?
Yes.
Oh, so he knows that she has not been taking care of herself.
I'm sure he does, but he doesn't tell me that. I mean, we have.
But I mean, like, if you were to show him this photo, he's not going to be like, "Oh my God, what happened to mom?"
You know, you'd think that he would have said that to me when we did talk about her recently, but he did not tell me like she looks like hell. I mean, she just looks like to me, I don't know what it's like to get out of prison, but she looks like somebody who just got out of prison. I mean, she just looks like she's been hammered and beaten down. I mean, look at her there. She's very pretty. She looks happy. She's bright. Her skin looks good. You know, I mean, that was us every week. We went to the chiropractor every week and then we'd go to brunch together. And so we were very tight, very close. And look at that. That is a result, you guys, of losing your family. That's a result of losing your grandson who you were incredibly close to and you don't talk to anymore. It makes me so sad. Will I show this to Huxley? There's no reason to.
You said it was 7:20, actually.
I mean, just her walking. Right before that, though, she's walking. I was looking
Was there a better angle on Lori's YouTube channel?
No,
maybe?
I didn't see it on Lori's. I saw it on yours, but
I see.
It's such an example, you guys. And in Scientology, I want to point something out too. This is very important. This is very important to say. Aaron, I'm sure you'll agree with me on this. In Scientology, they brag and promote so hardcore that like going up the bridge, going to flag, you're going to look years younger. You're going to, it sheds everything off the stresses of life. This person is no longer recognizable almost. I showed this to my mom this morning and my mom has no tear ducts and she nearly cried about it. I mean, it's like, that's Brenda ARJES. That's Brenda. That's what happens when you separate families and take people, just divide them up and then put her in an ethics program until the end of time. I worry about this woman's health to a point where, I mean, she's got some real health issues and I'm worried that it's going to get the better of her.
It's terrible. Not knowing her, not knowing the family, not having any inside secret source at Kansas City right now. I look at that and I go, that to me is evidence that she's not on staff anymore. First of all, she's not dressed professionally, which a staff member would be required to be.
Correct.
Second of all, she's walking around during daytime hours when we know all the staff trainees study and work during the nighttime and they sleep during the day. Now, is it possible? So if that was taken at about 6 p.m., do you happen to remember when the trainees show up for their night study session? Do you happen to remember? I don't expect you to, but do you?
Yes, I think it's around 8 or
So,
9.
right. So for her to be walking around during daytime hours means she's not on the training program anymore.
Oh yeah, Aaron, I think we've established that. I think she was, come on. I mean, we
No, we
released
did.
those-
You're right. We established that, but we weren't sure if she was still on staff and just being
Right.
penalized, or if she was off of staff. And I got to tell you, what do you think? Seeing her in the daytime hours, seeing her in physical labor clothes, does it make you feel like they took her off staff and she's still at public getting raked over the coals, or maybe she's still a staff member but not on the training? She's there doing ethics as a staff member. What do you feel?
I feel that she was removed from staff, and I think she has been raked over the coals. I think that this is my fault, guys. This is my fault why she is in the situation she's in. Make no mistake. Aaron and I released these audios. I released audios on her. She has 0 friends now in the Church of Scientology, Aaron. I guarantee you, nobody trusts her. She broke the trust.
Right.
She's a nobody. She is going to be on ethics cycles doing lower conditions, I would think, for a very, very long time. And I would think that everybody who looks at her gives her the dirtiest looks. Don't you think? I mean, she did a horrible thing by telling me the things she told me. And she didn't report. Remember all the things I was telling her, and she didn't report those things.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, when you say it's your fault, I hope you mean it's your fault in a good way.
No, I mean, it's my fault in a bad way.
Why do you say that?
Because I feel really bad about it.
You've done her the biggest favor by getting her removed from staff. Like, let's say she's cleaning floors all day or cleaning bathrooms. Like, is that a worse fate than having to be stuck on a training program where you don't get to see the sunlight because you're studying and training and doing auditing, like from 8 p.m. at night to 8 a.m. in the morning? Like, if anything, I mean, you guys know I like to put a silver lining on everything. If anything, she's getting a little bit of exercise, getting the blood flowing, getting a little limber, bending over with that toothbrush, scrubbing the toilets. I mean, I know this is emotional for you, and I'm trying to keep it light. But like, anyone who, through any means, gets a loved one kicked out of staff or kicked out of the Sea Org or kicked out of Scientology, you're doing them a favor. I know there's a lot of personal water under the bridge, and it's
Aaron, you did me a favor,
guilty.
brother. You did me a favor. I'm free now, and I'm in my home doing a YouTube channel on my own talking about this. That's the kind of favor I want to do for her. I didn't do her a favor. She's being tortured. She's mentally tortured.
Well,
Look
I
at
guess when you
how
put it that way,
unhappy that person is.
Yeah. I guess when you put it that way, I understand how you're feeling, because I certainly don't feel like I did you a favor. I feel like I accidentally screwed you over, and we made lemonade out of the lemons. Not screwed you over. I made a mistake that had harmful, hurtful consequences. And yes, can I sit down and be like, it was a net benefit? Yes, but don't think I go to bed at night being like, I did Reese a favor. I sure as hell don't feel that way. I feel that we're fortunate. Everything's worked out in a positive way, but you saying it that way, I understand now your feelings of guilt about this. I do.
Aaron,
I do.
You saved my son.
I will take the positive statement. I'm just saying that I don't go to bed at night being like, I sure did Reese a favor, didn't I? Like, I fucked up. I screwed up.
But you did.
No, I know, but I guess I'm saying I relate with your feelings of guilt. Even though I'm sitting here saying you've done Brenda a favor. I understand if it doesn't feel that way, is what I'm saying. I relate to that. It seems like no one actually ends up leaving Scientology and until they're pushed to their own personal breaking point of what they're willing to experience or be subjected to. And unfortunately, there does not seem to be a limit to what Brenda is willing to be subjected to, willing to experience the injustice, the enforced disconnection, the degradation, the shame, the blame that she's receiving, no doubt. She's just unfortunately willing to put up with it in name of saving this sector of the Galactic Federation, and it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
I just, I know you don't have a lot of time, but I really want to get that point across that I just hope there's some under the radar people watching this. I really hope that you can see that this is clear as day, guys. This is clear. It's if you want to put yourself through auditing and courses and spend all your money, I really don't care about that. Go into debt all you want, but this is very clear what happens in 1 year when you rip somebody out of their life and you take their family away and you threaten them and you put them in a state of prison in the mind. And then she's now, I just know, like, you guys know me, like, appearance means a lot to me. Look, don't be judging on how I look today. I didn't have a lot of time to get ready. I've been gone, but appearance means a lot. Going, just looking good as a woman, taking care of myself, those things mean a lot. They mean so much to Brenda. I know this woman almost better than she knows herself. We were incredibly close. To see her looking like that it's just really sad. It's really sad. And my mom texted and said, that's what happens when you took Huxley away from, when she lost her grandchild and me.
Did she say you took Huxley away from her? Did she say
no,
that?
not like your fault, but like she meant like when they separated us. That's what happens when Scientology did that to her. Like, look at her now. No, my mom would never blame me and say you took Huxley away from her. My mom is saying, like, look at what happens when they uproot everything. Again, spend all your money, go on course, do whatever you want to do, brainwashing wise, but dividing us up like that really took a toll on her.
You know what? That is exactly what it was. Scientology robbed her of her grandson. And it's also strained the relationship between her and her own son. And that is what happens to people when you rip their family apart and then try to convince them it's no big deal because you're just Thetans and you've been here for trillions of years. And that's not really your son. That's not really your grandson. She's not really, your daughter-in-law. These relationships aren't real. I think deep down, these Scientologists know that relationships are real. And this is someone, let me try to pull it up again. This is someone who is in some very serious denial about the fact that the organization she's dedicated her life and hundreds of thousands of dollars to probably is actually responsible for destroying her family and ripping her grandson away from her. That's what this is what that does to people. I mean, 1 year difference. Yeah. Reese, you should fly down here and now again, let me know whether you think this would be healing and cathartic for you or like, what's the word?
Oh no, I want to come. I want to come.
Re-abusing someone. Let's talk about this for a few minutes. If you're watching my live stream last night, my Scientology audit in Clearwater live stream. By the way, we're doing it again tonight at 10 to 6. You might have noticed that I was actually being as pleasant as possible to the Scientologists. Because honestly, I don't really know how else to be. I'm not showing up there to be a dick. I'd be like, hey, you going on course? Have a great night on course. And someone in the live stream at the very, very end said, hey, are you going to do any anti-recruiting like content? And the thing is, you actually can't join Scientology at Flag. So there's no anti-recruiting stuff. But here's what I need to figure out how to do, Reese. And maybe you and I can talk about this off stream and figure out how to do this. I need to figure out my approach. What am I actually going to, I'm not just going to show up every night just to wish everyone a good night on course. Like that's not, I'm still figuring out what my approach is to this. Where's my place in this? What's my message? What am I trying to do? Because what I'm not trying to do is show up just to be a dick to people. That's not my style. That's not what I'm going to do. And so like someone like a Brenda, I need to figure out for myself, what is the approach? What's going to be my entry point? What's going to be the thing I try to get people to talk to me about? And you and I, like, if you're going to come down here, we'd have to figure out for ourselves, like, what are we just going to be saying hi to people? Is our goal to get as many people on camera as possible so people can I help identify family members they haven't seen in a long time? Like, what are we actually going to do? And I'm curious if you have any thoughts on what you would like to do if you come down, when you come down here and do this with me. What do you think is a good way to approach these Scientologists?
Well, I mean, first of all, Aaron, the more you do this, the less you're going to be successful, right? I mean, they're going to put out, notificate, right? I mean,
it depends on how we define success.
Well, I mean, they're not going to speak to you. That's going to be less and less. I was shocked last night when that lady, you said, what course are you on? And she said, like, the Congresses or something. I was shocked. I know, being on staff here in Kansas City, we were hardcore told, do not speak to people who stand outside the org and ask any questions. I mean, I was shocked. People were like, hi, I'm shocked Brenda said hi to Lori. But I think it'd be fun to dress up and look a little more profesh, like almost look like a Sea Org member. I think it'd be fun to find a Sea Org uniform and kind of march around and act like we're in the Sea Org. I was thinking about flying down there about once every 6 weeks and doing this. I was thinking about coming maybe like once a month to once every 6 weeks for like a long weekend, and just seeing if we could be successful at that, or if I could see her. That would be really worth it for me to see her.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you, I'll get one of the extra bedrooms here set up. You're more than welcome to stay here with me. Got a nice, comfortable place to crash here. And
that would be fun. Roommates, brother and sister.
We'd have a blast.
Thank you. I also think I would see my dad. There's a good chance. My dad goes to Flag like 8 months out of the year.
Yeah.
And I think
we want to get enough. We want to get enough people down here that we can have people outside each of the entrances and exits, so that because Scientology kept instructing everyone to go wherever we weren't. And unless I'm going to be running around the building, you know what we need? Hey guys, all you Pinellas County, Clearwater, Dunedin peeps, we need some people with golf carts to come and help shuttle us around to each side of the building. I'll be laughing like, get in the cart, go, 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 go.
How
like,
much
we're trying to have fun with this.
Cart? I will buy that damn thing. I will figure out a way. I will take out a loan. I will call in special favors. That would be so much fun.
Golf carts are annoyingly expensive.
Do you guys have those bird things? Do you have birds there?
They don't have the bird stuff, but the problem with the scooter is I don't want to be holding my camera with one hand and scooting with the other hand, because I'm going to eat shit and you know it. Okay. So we need other people standing by with golf carts so that we can just jump in the golf cart and be like, go, go, go. I mean, it would be so much fun, you guys. It would be so much fun. And honestly, we're trying to have fun. These things have to be fun.
Yeah. Now, Mike, that's terrible. What if we got a scooter and 2 people were on it and one was buzzing along and the other one had this thing? That would be so fun.
Let's see if it works.
Yeah. Did you know this one?
What does it do? Oh my goodness. Well, look at that.
Wait, did you know this one?
Yeah, that's the lasers.
Yeah.
Is this
that's confetti.
Is this balloons?
No, that's confetti.
One finger, one peace sign is balloons, 2 fingers is confetti. And then what's one horn? Is this what is it called? The rock and roll, or is this horns? This is nothing?
Yeah, that's nothing. You got to do it twice.
You got to do 2?
Yeah.
We'll do 2 for the lasers. Okay.
Yeah. Did you do the rain? Did you make it rain, brother? Make it rain.
No, you made it rain, but that's
Fine.
okay.
Well, I need to see it on your. You got to see it on your end. Okay. All right. You're wearing a black shirt, so it was more funeral-like, and I needed to see it. Yeah, I think that would be something. I told Jeff last night, I'd like to come down like every 6 weeks and do that. It would be fun to run into my dad. Oh, did you do the hearts?
I've done it before. Hey, one of these days we'll run into Dan O'Connor and Kathy Sullivan.
Yeah, I would love to see. That made Brenda broke my heart. If I saw Dan O'Connor in like cargo shorts and a zip-up hoodie with a broom, looking like a janitor,
yeah,
I wouldn't cry.
Yeah,
I would be like, you missed a spot. There's some dirt over here. Come get it.
Nancy Stitchin caught both of you live. What a great day not to be in a cult. To keep fighting the good fight.
I love Nancy Stitchin.
Absolutely, Nancy throwing it around today.
Nancy
Thank you,
does
Nancy.
make it rain.
Ken's channel, I was watching live. I saw the white pickup truck part and I thought, wouldn't it be funny if it was Tampa Brad? But then I saw how round he was and I went, nah. But then boom, Tampa Brad. I cannot believe we saw Tampa Brad, guys. And I'm going to break it out in its own video. I didn't even have enough time today to do that. But I said, Tampa Brad, it's me, Aaron, your #1 fan. And he knew who he was walking by. He knew it.
Funny.
The two of you together makes my heart happy. Love y'all. So nice. Thank you very much.
I call him all the time. He doesn't call me back.
Reese never takes my calls anymore.
Right.
Reese, I'm sure this was not easy for you. I hope you're doing okay during this time. Sending peace and love. Yeah.
Thank you, Hannah. That's Emily.
Emily. Oh, Emily. Of course, Emily. Clearly this year has not been kind, but in this case, maybe she did pull it in. Lots of love to you both from me and Minty.
That's sweet. Thank you, babe.
Look, she's clearly not having a good time. She clearly has not decided to leave yet, but honestly, if she did leave, she'd have an awful lot of support.
She can't.
The problem is she's got other, all her other family members.
She's got a son and daughter-in-law, and then 2 little grandbabies, guys, that live in Clearwater. She's screwed either way. She comes to see me in Huxley, she loses everybody else. They don't make it easy, and she's been in Scientology for over 40 years. She's not going anywhere.
Yeah. William Peterson, are you sure that Scientology is even smaller now than estimated? You guys recognized 2 people already mentioned on your channels last night. I know. Scientology is it's small, guys.
Yeah.
You know, when I estimate 30,000 in the world, that's an extremely, extremely generous estimate. It could be closer to 20, 25.
You had a Kansas City public there last night. I recognized another public from Kansas. I was like, dang, it's small. James Seeley was going up the stairs. It was crazy.
Wow.
Thank you, Melissa.
Hugs to Reese. Chris 10M. Reese, it's not your fault. This is only Scientology's fault. Scientology is the evil monster, never you, my friend.
It's questionable, but thank you.
Brownie Buttons. I'm in my 60s. All I have to say is free Brenda. This is elder abuse, Reese. It's not your fault. You know, it really is this thing of she's basically, Brenda is in the same situation my wife's parents were in, which is which children are we going to lose? Which grandchildren are we going to lose? And the truth is there's no winning. There's no winning. Even if she leaves Scientology, she loses family members. She leaves, she stays in Scientology. She loses a lot of things, including family members. But it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation to be in. And the fact that Scientology puts people in this situation is, like I said, one of the most objectionable things about.
Yeah, and you guys say it's not your fault, and I appreciate that. I'm not sitting here trying to go, it's my fault, poor me. It is my fault, okay? I chose to give Aaron videos that we released on a live together. I mean, I kind of threw her under the bus, guys. I'm not one to get out of things and go, I didn't do it. I did it. I take responsibility for that.
And yeah, and I think it's, yeah. Ken's channel, not Aaron's fault, not Reese's fault, not Brenda's fault. This is Scientology's fault 100,000%. This is who bears the blame. And that's absolutely true.
How old is Brenda?
SPTV?
62 or 3. Go on.
SPTV, Tattoo Warrior Barbara, has it occurred to you, Reese, that she might just be way stronger than a Brenda? When the stuff hits the fan, you choose family, she chooses Scientology. Oh, and you saved her son as well. Have grace for yourself.
I love Barb. Thank you, Barb.
Apollinia Paradise. Bring a photo of your twin brother and tell the story of how Scientology dismissed your needs to go to his funeral. Well, guys, I mean, I appreciate the recommendation there. It's got to be an interaction that can happen in seconds, because these guys are not going to stop and have a conversation.
Not. And that window's closing, Aaron. You know that window's closing.
It's true. It's true. We're gonna have to figure out how to deal with what exactly we're doing out there as it progresses and as it evolves. And you know, last night even the security guards didn't come out and try to engage with us in any way. Well, that's incredible. Scientology security guards afraid to engage. I mean, the security guards, even on L. Ron Hubbard Way, the security guards engage. But it's truly, we'll see. Tonight's going to be the test to see what happens, because a lot more people are going to be showing up tonight. The security guards now know in advance what we're going to be doing. And I feel like their strategy, their response to us is going to have to change as well. And so I guess we'll just see what that is. Okay. Aura is asking, how long could Brenda end up staying in Clearwater? Much love to Reese.
Forever. I mean, Aaron, you're more smart on that. I mean, I think she's got an ethics program till the end of time. Don't they they'll just keep her in ethics. She'll have a long program.
They clearly don't trust Kansas City to handle her ethics program. The fact that they're insisting on doing it themselves to me is very interesting. I'm not even entirely sure what to make of it. But also, guys, any under the radar people who have any inside skinny and can help shed some light on the situation for us, please message Reese, message me at growingupinscientology@gmail.com. If you happen to know, because maybe Brenda's not even living on base. Maybe she's living off base. And so if anyone in the community sees her and says, you know, hey, Huxley misses you, Reese misses you, any information, even helping us get her, even helping us to get her information or helping to get us information about her would be greatly appreciated.
And do you think, oh, whoops, what did I just do? That was weird. Do you think she's probably living off base because Doug is in Clearwater too?
Yeah. I'm guessing she is living off base. I'm guessing she's living with who are the other relatives that live down there with the new baby?
Her son and daughter-in-law with 2 little kids.
I'm guessing she's with them. Or maybe is it possible her and Doug would have rented a separate house down here
Probably.
or something?
I would think so. Yeah. With 2 little kids, I doubt they're all living in the same house. But with Doug there, I would think that they're together.
Right.
Tracy's
donating towards the golf cart fund. That's great. Let's see, guys. I think this is another one from Apollonia. Tell your story. Personal, intimate stories is what connects people to each other. Yep, I definitely understand what you mean by that.
Me too.
Blake Reed, I think a good approach could be warm absolutes. Come and live in the fresh air with us. You don't have to go inside. One choice every 6 weeks.
He's saying
what is one choice?
For me to go there every 6 weeks.
Oh, one choice every 6 weeks. I got it.
That's what I want to say to them all. I want to say, just come outside and leave. Just come outside and leave with me.
Yeah. Question, Reese. If you saw her and yelled out something like Huxley misses you, how do you think she would react?
I think she'd cry.
Mm.
I think it would make her cry.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a day that goes by that she probably is slowly. I think she's just slowly rotting, honestly. I mean, that is a huge part of what Brenda and I were, guys, super, super, super close. Closer than her and her husband. We were super close. So I know how she thinks, and I know how much she loves Huxley and how much she hates me, but I know she loves Huxley.
Yeah, it's true. Chelsea Spalding says the key to your approach should be compassion. I agree. I've got to figure out the right way to approach it. Like Chris without a Hellcat on TikTok and YouTube does a really, really good job engaging Scientologists in conversation. And I almost wanted to go through his videos and see what his intros are, like what his approach questions are, to give myself ideas. It's one of these things because I've never spent a lot of time thinking about this or how to do this, the best way for me to do it, that maybe the best way for me to do it isn't the same thing as the best way for someone else to do it. But I figured, last night was just a trial run. And I said, I told a friend, I said, my concern about trying to do content like this is I don't want to inadvertently become some asshole version of myself that I don't want to be. I don't just want to be the asshole, some asshole version of myself, because I feel like that's like the instinct when you're in front of, someone. And so honestly, part of the reason I did it last night is just to, one, get comfortable even being in the space, because I've never just stood there before. Get comfortable with the idea of speaking to a Scientology security guard, because I've never done that since being out of Scientology. I was shocked that none of the security guards even would show their faces. They were hiding behind the doors the whole time. So part of it was a trial run for me, just to figure out how I'm going to do it. And it's going to evolve over time. And
I love your approach, Aaron. That's why I would like to come and be a part of it with you, because I'm never going to go there and shout at people or tear them down, make them feel bad. I would want to help. And that's why we do our channels. We're hoping that somebody is going to be hearing this and will reach for that help. So I only want to do it if it's productive. I think the window's closing. But I would love to see Brenda and tell her I miss her, tell her Huxley cares about her. What would be really fascinating is if I saw my dad. He wouldn't even know who I was. Right. I would have to identify myself.
Would you recognize him?
Oh yeah, 100%. But he wouldn't know who I was.
Yeah.
I would have to say who I was.
Okay, Miss Scorp, Arizona, the information session should be your niche. Just follow them and explain what they may be doing. We'll see. You guys notice it's a very small window of opportunity that we have to interact with anyone who's walking into the flag building. It's not like Hollywood Boulevard where first of all, there's no non-Scientologists being tricked into coming into those buildings. So it's a different approach than what's happening on Hollywood Boulevard. And you only have like 5 or 6 seconds to say something. And the
Yeah.
chance of getting one of those guys to stop and talk to you, I feel like it can be done if the approach is right. I have to figure out the approach.
Can I ask you
But
something?
they'd only stop and talk to me if they didn't realize who they were stopping to talk to. That's the thing. It's not like they go, oh, it's a former Scientologist, let me talk some sense into him. That's never going to happen. They're never going to stop for that reason.
Never.
There's going to be a small window when they stop because they don't realize what they're stopping for. And then as soon as they realize it, they're going to walk away because they know there's security guards watching them. They know they're on camera. So anyway, I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
I was going to ask you, now that this is going to be seen by OSA and out in the open, will Brenda have a different entrance? Will she be not alone anymore? Like, now that I said I'm going to be coming there, will they make sure and safeguard, and do as much as they can?
Yeah, there's different entrances, and most people don't use the front entrance. But last night we did catch one person using the front entrance. And look, they're gonna be instructed to basically be aware of who we are and not walk by us. Or, to be honest, there's nothing wrong with walking by us as long as they don't talk to us. But I do expect, like last night, they didn't let a single bus stop in that section for an hour and a half.
I saw that bus take off. That bus.
Yeah.
It really.
So that's why we need enough people coming out with us that we can actually guard all entrances and figure out we essentially took 1,000 hostages last night.
Guys, and we need a golf cart that can outrun a bus.
That's right. Aaron in Austin says you should utilize signage, even just signs with your YouTube channels. Get them to your channels and they'll have access to all your fabulous content. I have some thoughts about this, but my thoughts on this are ever evolving, okay? The problem with signage is then it looks like an actual protest. And if it looks like an actual protest, no one's coming no one's coming anywhere near us. The thing about us being out there last night, just the way that we were, is everyone walking past us assumed that we were Scientologists because we weren't wearing anything that they would consider offensive.
Yeah.
There were anyone holding signs. Scientology ain't going near anyone holding a sign.
Nope. I was surprised though, even with your phones out. That's why I was kind of like,
Yes.
wow, I can't believe they're responding. Some of them smiled.
But see, they're used to seeing Scientologists or Sea Org members or staff members shooting little promotional videos or kind of like the MLMers will shoot these casual videos in their garage with their Lamborghini in the back and be like, I was just hanging out in my garage looking at my shelves of knowledge. They're used to Scientologists doing the same thing, being like, I'm just hanging out here, like Tampa Bread. I'm just leaving my church and I had a great session today, guys, and I'm ready to go 10x my business with my buddy Grant. With my buddy Grant Cardone, bros. So
I wish I was that cool.
There's nothing unusual about shooting little guerrilla social media style videos in Scientology. So they just thought that we were Scientologists. That's why and I leaned into that. When someone would see me from half the block away, I would go, it's okay, come on through, because that's what a Sea Org member would say to them. They don't want to get in the way of a shoot, but you're like, it's okay, come on through. And they would all come on through. None of them ran away.
Did you call him sir?
I didn't call. Well, they were all public.
Oh, you didn't see any store. I thought it was hilarious when you said, I'd love to come in and twin with you and help you get a star rate check out.
That's right. I'd be like, hey, you need any star rates? Come out here. You know where to find me. I'll come in and give you a star rate.
We'll set up 2 chairs. I love it.
Hey, I hear the course rooms are full. If you need anyone to twin with you, just come on out and get me. In one of those Scientology front groups, we were right in front of the front door and they were having a meeting in there and someone saw us and they thought we were Scientologists waiting to get in. They came to the door to let us in and someone stopped them. No, don't buzz them in.
That's what's going to suck, Aaron. Your window's closing. They're going to make that. They're going to circulate what just happened last night and it's not going to happen again, which sucks, but I'm still coming every 6 weeks. I want to do this every 6 weeks. I want to stream it too. And I think, what if I see my dad? What if we help somebody?
Yeah. Jennifer B., I'm sorry you're hurting. Nothing hurts more than knowing what you did to heal caused someone else pain. Your intentions were not to hurt her, so I know it has to break your
It does,
heart.
Jennifer. The other thing is, what if I fall in love? What if there's some really hot 90-year-old getting ready to go in? And I save his
luckily,
life.
He'll reincarnate and you'll be back in business. But you'll have to wait another 90 years to be attracted to him, I guess.
That's a long wait.
Yes. Abigail S. Aaron, I think, always great to see you, Abigail. Aaron, I think you're taking the right approach last night. You're dispelling the narrative that David Miscavige is telling Scientologists, which is that SPs are a bad influence and they're nasty all the time, etc. It was such a fun thing for me to be like, are you going in session? Like, it's the way, like, so they're having, as soon as you go, hey, you going on course tonight? Like,
that's how they
that's
are.
not a question an SP would ask them.
No.
So like, they have to immediately decide, what am I going to ignore such a simple question? Like, why would I ignore such a simple question, especially if they don't know who I am?
And you said it with excitement, like a Scientologist would. Like, hey, what course you going on? All
Yeah,
right.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Get it.
That's right.
Yes. It was great. It was perfect. It was perfect.
Okay, let's see. Ken Cole 19 says, I have a nice electric scooter and a gimbal that we can use in Miami so I can go on weekends. Reese Honatus? What?
What?
Reese
Oh, wait.
Hontus?
Oh,
Oh,
like
you Pocahontas? Are you Reese
Pocahontas.
Hontus?
Reese
Reese Hontus will show up and show out with those braids in Clearwater. Oh boy. CO Bilf, have you considered doing walking tours of downtown Clearwater? We've actually done one before. It's just the police, depending on how many people show up, the city wants you to pull permits. They want to be dicks about it. And it's kind of a big production. So the truth is, I can just do a downtown walking tour on YouTube. It's just as easy, requires no permits, doesn't impede traffic, and accomplishes the same purpose, really. So
yeah.
yeah. Let's see. I'm looking for some other ones. Another one from Blake. Remember, Reese, faith in the future is possible now that you're out. That is what you use to help them escape. Faith in change. That's a nice one.
It is. I love Blake.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, I have one other video that I need to do before everyone comes over tonight to meet up for our Scientology Audit Fest downtown.
All right.
So we're going to wrap this up soon here. But Apollonia Paradise, you need a really strong positive message. I left and started living, or something along those lines. SPTV is okay for us non-Scientology folks, but
Right.
not for them.
Agreed.
Yes, it's true. It's true. So honestly, what I wanted to do was watch more of Chris Without a Hellcat's videos, particularly on L. Ron Hubbard Way, not on Hollywood Boulevard, but on L. Ron Hubbard Way, because he's been very, very effective in approaching Scientologists in a way that makes them want to respond to him. And he's very kind of natural and genuine and relaxed about it. And whatever he's doing is working. So I'm going to kind of watch his videos as a little bit of homework, just to give myself some inspiration. I know I won't be able to do the same thing he's doing, but I know there's a version of it that will work for me. And I just have to figure it out. It won't be hard, but it'll take some time, a little bit of time.
I think we should stand out there like Costco people with like a little table of snacks, because that will also entice to go, come try this little taco. And we'll
I saw William Good mention an idea on one of his live streams, or someone mentioned it on his live stream, of setting up a table on the public sidewalk, not impeding traffic, that says Scientology is a cult, change my mind, and just sit there.
Like that Crowder dude.
Like the Crowder. It's a bit that he does that's very, very popular bit. And it would at least, it would give another reason to actually be there. Scientology
snacks.
Is a family. Where does it? SP Snacks. Where does it say that? SP Snacks.
Yes.
Katie Fulton. My family has a golf cart. I can drive it down from South Carolina.
Katie.
The thing is, guys, this community that we live in is chock full of golf carts. Like Dunedin is 5 minutes away. The entire town basically drives golf carts around. So,
oh, that's smart too. A food truck.
Give them free food. They're probably hungry.
Yes.
No, Scientologists, that's one thing Scientologists get a lot of in that building, and that's food. Tax-free food where they don't have to tip the servers because they're all Sea Org members.
Right.
All this kind of stuff. But
yeah.
Look, this is an experiment. It's something that's just happening organically. We're going to figure it out. Not everyone who shows up has to have the same approach. Not everyone's going to do the same thing. Like, I'm not going to tell people not to bring signs. If people want to bring signs, bring signs. I won't be walking around with a sign because it's not my thing. Fortune cookies with message inside. Yes.
Come out. We'll help you.
That's actually a really good idea.
That is.
I mean, that's a lot of time and it's a lot of work, and I'm not going to do it, but it's a great idea. And if somebody else wanted to do it, we could figure out how to incorporate that into what we're doing.
We could do like sugar cookies with our phone number on it. Like, please, if you need help, call this number. Thank you, Aaron, for, oh yeah, guys, if you're not subscribed and you want to, and you felt like you liked me enough, come over and subscribe. We're almost at 20,000.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Almost at 20,000. Hey, did you see my friend George? We got him, I don't know, over like almost 1,600 subscribers yesterday, first day.
I've been emailing back and forth with him this morning. I love George. He's fantastic. And I really want to meet him in person. So when I do come down, we'll be sure to do that too. I love that guy.
Fantastic. Yep.
George, hey, well, I'll be coming. So get your little guest bed ready. You said it on live. You can't take it back now.
I won't. I need
mess
I need an
around.
excuse to get that bedroom set up because I got other friends coming to town and I want to be able to offer them something better than a couch.
I just need a blankie. I just need a blankie. That's all I need.
All right,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys.
Thank you for hanging out with us this afternoon. Thank you to everyone who watches until the very end, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe